don't quite understand that water makes you feel cold. It robs your body's heat so much faster than air is. So if you get into cold water, you quickly lose dexterity. We test this sometimes to show people this by having them put their hand in cold water. 50 degrees or 60 degrees is considered cold for about 5 minutes. And then try to do something that takes any kind of finger dexterity, and you see how quickly that affects you. It also affects your brain. It affects your ability to think. And so it's so important to not get into that position. Obviously, the first thing to do was to have prepared for it in the first place. We are not saying absolutely don't go out on the water. We're saying make sure you've given yourself all the correct factors. That means dressing protectively, maybe even with a wet or a dry suit. It means wearing your life jacket. So if you do go in the water, you already will be keeping your head above the water for the most part, and you have time to kind of take a deep breath, calm down, and figure out what the best way to get yourself back out of the water is. The first would be a life jacket. The second, which again, preferably you would be wearing. The second can be to not boat alone, and make sure that preferably the boat that you are in is a stable boat. Some of the worst situation would be to be out there alone in a single kayak, and especially if you're out there in that single kayak and you had never tried re-entering the kayak from the water. An additional item to make sure that's very simple to have is a whistle. We recommend that people fasten a whistle to every single life jacket they have. So if they end up in the water, cold or not, they can call attention to themselves much louder, much more readily than if they were just yelling. So a whistle is a very simple thing you could also have with you. When you first get tossed into cold water, even if you're expecting it, such as you dive into water, there will be immediate gas mechanism because it does affect your body so much. And that can cause you to rapidly inhale water, which is another reason why it's so important to have that life jacket on, because you will not, at that point in time, you will not be thinking, you will not be able to force yourself above the surface. So that life jacket will do it for you.